Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. We're going to talk about the mighty SEC, the agency that's been suing and destroying crypto into oblivion, and the XRP case, and how crypto and the XRP case could actually win against the SEC and bring it to its knees. Now, Ripple's been fighting them, and they spent over $100 million fighting the SEC. But it has not provided too many results. Yes, there's like the him and email leaks and all that stuff, but the SEC has basically been extending this case into infinity. I think it's supposed to be resolved like in April 2023, but they might actually extend it again on either party's side, and there's always a suite of appeals that could come afterwards. So, how can you defeat the SEC? Just like how they've been defeating small crypto companies, you have to starve them out of money. But that is a very, very hard ask. But if the crypto community fuses together and becomes a super crypto giant, they could possibly outmuscle the SEC in terms of money. Now let's take a look at the SEC. The SEC in 2022 has 2.55 billion in budgetary resources. Every single year, Congress does actually give the SEC a budget. This year it happens to be $2.55 billion. And as you can see from the graph, it's actually less than last year because we're in a recession. So let's actually say maybe $2.5 to $3 billion a year for resources. Now, they actually want to spend about $1.5 billion. That's how much they budgeted, which means the other $1.5 billion they can spend on extra stuff. Like, if legal cases get really, really busy and they need to spend money on a lot of lawyers. Now, lawyers are expensive, but $1 billion can actually buy a lot of good lawyers for a very, very long time. Ripple has done its part. It's spent $100 million, over $100 million fighting the SEC. But that's over the course of a year and a half. You divide that by about 1.5, and maybe per year, they are spending maybe $60 to $70 million fighting the SEC. Assuming the SEC is spending about the same amount of money as Ripple fighting Ripple, that means $70 million the SEC is using to fight this lawsuit out of a total maybe at 1.5 billion, but really 1 billion they actually have left over. See, if this budgetary obligation gets to be over 2.55, then the SEC might feel the tightening on their wallet. You know what this means? More people need to sue the SEC. So hats off to Grayscale for suing the SEC. And hopefully Coinbase, which has just made a rebuttal to the SEC allegation of insider trading at Coinbase and that Coinbase lists 9 securities, you need to sue the SEC too. And every other crypto that the SEC harasses, they also need to sue the SEC. Because one company, even if it's Ripple, cannot make the SEC go broke. No, it cannot, because they are an arm of the almighty government. But the government actually, especially on these agencies, don't have infinite amounts of money. And if they go over budgetary allocations, they might feel the squeeze on their wallet and be forced to settle, not just on XRP case, but on other case. They're having many lawsuits going on at once, but it really depends how much those companies can actually spend on lawyers. So the SEC, in terms of budgetary resources, is very healthy. But if everyone comes together and sues and fights the SEC, we could actually make it run out of cash. Now, there needs to be a lot of people. So they got the Grayscale case, they got the LBRY case, they have the Ripple case, and they're extracting money from any kind of settlements. So we need people not to settle and fight the SEC and drain their lawyer resources. One company, even Ripple, cannot even come close to doing it. But you need many companies fusing together to defeat this evil enemy. Now, the thing is, there's another thing you can do to attack it. You can actually lobby Congress to decrease the SEC's funding, but that will have limited effect. They are a government agency. They are a regulatory agency. And looking at all the scams that are going on into crypto, I don't think the government's going to be too open to actually restraining the SEC or giving them less of a budget, especially to fight crypto. But however, the SEC's budget is not constrained to crypto. It also has other wars in stocks and other securities as well. So you need all those people to sue the SEC or bring up lawsuits or have lawyers to fight the SEC. Because the more people fighting the SEC there are, the more their budget shrinks and the less they have to actually sue random cryptos and proclaim them as securities. So all of us need to fuse together, kind of how like Goku and Vegeta fused to form Gogeta to defeat evil enemies. We need to fuse together legally and fight the SEC by bringing up good, solid lawsuits. Because you can't bring up BS lawsuits against the SEC. They will squash you like a bug if you do. So like all these people getting sued, especially in crypto by the SEC, they need to fight. And only through fighting will we be able to starve the SEC out of resources. Because looking at the Ripple case and how long they've actually expanded it out and the possibility of appeal after appeal after appeal, they seem to have limitless funds. But if they run out of funds because too many people are suing them, well then maybe we can win. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.